Halloween. Miss it at your peril.
Yes, it is Halloween tomorrow. No better time to curl up and watch a scary movie. And here to help us surf through the channels for some classic horror or some family-friendly flicks is film critic James Luxford. Welcome to the show, James.
Good morning.
Morning. Now, are you a fan of scary films?
That's a difficult question to answer because I suppose in my job I have to be a fan of all films, and there are some wonderful scary films. I am, however, very easy to jump. So I suppose whether I enjoy them is one thing, but there are some terrific ones out there.
Yes, you can appreciate the artistic excellence of some of them and their ability to make you scream. You see, my sister just thinks it's the most perverse thing to pay to go and see or to put on a film for 2 hours that's purposely going to scare you.
Absolutely. I would have to be a little bit aligned with your sister there. It is a funny thing to come out and say, I was scared for my life. That was great. But there are people who enjoy that thrill, that adrenaline rush. I'm just afraid I'm not one of them.
That's absolutely fine. I mean, what do you think makes, a good scary movie? Are there sort of ingredients to scare you?
I think there are two types. One that makes you kind of jump out of your seat, your slasher movies, your what's behind that door sort of horror movie. And then there are the psychological ones. I think something like The Shining or something like that, where it makes you think, it works its way into your head and doesn't let go. And they're ones that stay with you and kind of give you a little fright, but then hopefully when the lights come up or you remove your hands from your eyes, you realise you're okay and you've had a good time.
So shall we start with your rundown of some scary movies? Shall we start with a classic? What's your first recommendation?
Yes, it's Halloween. It's John Carpenter's 1979, I believe, movie,
James,
which really started off the slasher movie genre.
I think we need some. Hang on, we need this. There we go. Carry on.
Fantastic, and it really kicked off the slasher movie genre. Michael Myers, icon of horror. Jamie Lee Curtis, the original Scream Queen. It's on Saturday Film 4 at 10:45, and I think if you need something classic, that's a great pick.
Oh, I'm quite spooked out by this music here. Shall we move on to a more recent favourite of yours?
Yes, The Babadook, which is an Australian film from, I believe, around 6 years ago. It's on iPlayer now for you to stream. It's a mother and son terrorised by a sinister creature known as the Babadook. And I just think this is terrific. Yeah,
I don't know much about this. Where does it sort of sit in the sort of genre? What's it about without giving too much away?
It's about a mother sort of, I suppose, coping with the responsibilities of motherhood. It's a bit more visceral. Jennifer Kent directed it, and she has a wonderful eye of putting a sort of a female perspective on the traditional horror movie. It's a bit haunted house. It's a bit kind of obviously the Babadook has kind of become a bit of a modern icon of cinema as a sort of creature, as a sort of thing to be frightened by. But I think it's in one of those, it's in the category of very recent horror films that have so much context to them, so much depth and start a discussion, and it's about much more than making you jump out of your seat, although it does do that as well.
Very good. And then, it's half term, James, so have you got a family classic for us?
Yes, my family classic is a 2015's Goosebumps. That's ITV Saturday at 4:50. Jack Black plays the real-life author R.L. Stein, who wrote the Goosebumps books. If you've, I suppose, if you're of a certain age, you read them in school. They're kind of entry-level horror books. If it's kind of Stephen King for juniors, if you will. And this imagines the author if his creations came to life and terrorized a small town. Now, that sounds very scary. It's really family friendly. It's a little bit creepy. I would imagine sort of put it in the category of something like Hocus Pocus or something like that, where it has
I love that.
creepy moments and unsettling moments, and there's something that might be a little bit scary for very young kids. But if they're sort of around, sort of between 8 and 10 or above, this is just a lot of laughs and a lot of good fun.
Lovely. And your last choice, please.
My last choice is Hotel Transylvania, which is ITV2 on Saturday at 2:50. Now, this is there's not really much scary about this at all, but has got all of the iconography. Adam Sandler voices Count Dracula, who runs a hotel for monsters, who, like us, are as scared of us as we are of them.
Oh,
and
nice.
to get away, and so to get away from the terrifying humans, they go to Hotel Transylvania, which is kind of a resort, and chaos ensues when a human turns up.
Lovely.
And it's just very gentle, very funny, very madcap. If I would compare it to something like Despicable Me, maybe, or something like that, in that category of family movie. If you have small children who want to get involved in the fun of Halloween, but maybe can't quite take the more scary stuff, this is a great choice.
Great. Let's have a little listen.
Good morning, Mavy Wavy. Happy birthday, my little mouse.
Thank you, Dad. I know it's my birthday.
I have so much fun planned. Woohoo! But first, we go catch some scorpions together. Just the two of us. Yes, Dada?
Dad, please let me speak. There's something we have to talk about.
Oh, I love that it started with a door creak there. Classic. What will you be watching, James?
Well, as I said, it's nothing too dangerous. I think nothing too controversial. But I'm a big fan of Goosebumps. I might be checking that out on Saturday. I'm also I know there is a big famous scary moment in it, but I'm a big fan of Alfred Hitchcock, and I'm a big fan of his movie Psycho. So I've got that on DVD, so I might be popping that in.
Lovely. Thank you so much. There to screen and scream at. Brilliant stuff. Thank you, James. Happy Halloween.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.